As the NBA has reviewed the situation with Rajon Rondo from the other night. He and Kirk Hinrich got hooked up, and we'll take a look at it here. Rondo, man, if that elbow connects, I tell you what.
Yeah, he might have been out on that.
The league has reviewed the incident between Rondo and Hinrich, decided the flagrant foul will stand, but there will be no suspension. Again, if that elbow connected, man, it might have been an entirely different story altogether. Caught up a little earlier this afternoon on the radio with the Bulls coach.
They would have won one in overtime. We could have won the other two, but you know they made bigger plays down the stretch. Obviously, I think we have to come out with some composure, manage possessions early, stay in the game early, and then start working our stuff a little bit. But you know we're young. We have to manage the emotion of the game. We have to manage our possessions early and execute defensively. And controlling the glass has been a key for us in this series. If we control the glass and manage possessions, we can stay in the game early and then get to work.
Timeout. 8:48 to play. House has put up 4 shots. He has made 4 shots, including threes. Late close by Hinrich here.
I think Doc Rivers is saying, well, somebody on the Chicago bench should get a technical as well, because they're saying something to Eddie House as he was getting ready to shoot that ball. I've always said, when you're in front of that other team's bench, they stand up. They're almost like another defender out there. So we'll see what happens as they sort through this.
Come on, we're right there. Let's go. Come on, we're right there. All we got to do. All we got to do. Out of the way, BG. Come on, we got to guard Joe. Every possession.
That's Vinny Del Negro, who played 12 seasons in the NBA, 2 years overseas. He was a radio commentator down in Phoenix. They got him this past summer after almost a 2-month search for a head coach. He's got his team to Game 7 against the defending champions, with the series tied at 3. Here is Gordon at the free throw line, a technical shot, because House was knocking off and they gave him the tee moments ago.
Doc Rivers was upset because he thought that the Chicago Bulls bench should have been given a technical as well, but right now you've got to put that in the rearview mirror and play forward. That's one of the things the Celtics have always prided themselves on, is moving on to the next play. Kendrick Perkins back into the game now for Big Baby Rondo back in the game as well. He and Eddie House are on the floor. Ray Allen still resting.
House is on Gordon. Ken Gordon for 2. Rebound by Perkins. He lassos his 11th rebound.
Remember now, the Celtics are shooting free throws.
Pierce throws on him on the switch. You called it, Doug. Forcing the issue inside. And Pierce will be at the line where he's 2 of 2.
See, that's his sweet spot. When he catches the ball in the middle of the floor like that, that's when he goes to work. When he catches it on the wing, they can load up on him, and it's not good possessions for the Celtics. I talked to Doc Rivers about that today, and he said, you know, you're right, we want to get him at the elbows, which is where the foul line intersects there with the lane, or at the top of the circle where he can go to work. And now let's see if the Celtics can get to the line, and not only get to the line, but start making free throws. Now Paul Pierce is missing, so as the game shortens, Kevin, the pressure gets on the Celtics.
Rose picked up his 4th personal foul. Pierce at 15. TBS Wednesday. Brown is back in the hottest new comedy of the year. Get the family together for the new season premiere of Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns, May 27th at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, only on TBS. With Doug Collins, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Paul Pierce at the stripe. 16 by Allen leads Boston. 24 by Gordon leads all scorers. And now 2 Celtics with 16, including Paul Pierce, 3 of 4 from the line.
Well, the Celtics have now missed 9 free throws in the ball game.
Gordon is 6 of 16, driving on Rondo into Perkins. Perkins got the ball. There's a whistle inside. And that is a loose ball foul. Noah picks up number 5.
See, with Kendrick Perkins back in the game, when you watch that last play, Ben Gordon drives and Perkins is there, and he makes him shoot a very difficult shot. And there is Noah going over the top of Paul Pierce. the closeout of this game could end up being at the free throw line. Boy, Rondo was very fortunate there. But watch Perkins here. Look at that. The shot blocking, a high degree of difficulty. Look at Rondo here. Now watch Noah fall into his leg. Fortunately, he was able to get that leg out of there. You do the football, and you know how often, Kevin, when you get one of those linemen rolling up on somebody's leg, how you can get hurt. And Joakim Noah will go to the bench with fouls. And the Celtics, if they're aggressive going to the basket, could live at the line here over the last 8 minutes.
Brad Miller has taken the place of Noah. As Doug just said, the 5 personals. Here is Pierce at the line. 5 of 6. Celtic high, 18 points. Back to a 9-point lead and approaching 8 to play in the 4th quarter. Rose. Salmons. Miller the screen on Scalabrine. The defensive switch. Perkins is watching Salmons. Heinrich draws 2 covers. Salmons over Rondo. Rebound by Scalabrine.
Boy, the Celtics. Tommy Thibodeau is going to take that little possession right there. They did a great job of stunning at shooters, recovering. Great defensive possession by the Celtics.
Chicago shooting threes, by the way. 4 of 15. Pierce. Little jab step on Rose. Shot clock at 7. Doubled by Salmons. Perkins. Scalabrine. The defense fell of Gordon. The rebound by Rose. Rose picks up his 4th. And he comes racing the other way, tailed by Rondo. Rose over Perkins, the teardrop. Perkins with the rebound, number 12.
Now Perkins' size once again. I tell you, Kevin, Kendrick Perkins is so important to that front line. You talked about his voice without Kevin Garnett, but his size and his shot blocking have changed the last 2 possessions for Chicago.
Perkins a screen on Rose. Rondo with the pick and roll. Then it was bobbled, and Miller comes up with it, and here comes Heinrich. Bulls have missed their last 4. Heinrich, a wide open 3. Late close by House. A big-time triple by Kirk Heinrich with 11 points in 23 minutes. He's got 9 in this 4th quarter.
Chicago is not going away. The Celtics are going to have to put them away. The Bulls are in a great position. They're down only 6.
You're not surprised, are you?
I'm not surprised at all.
Quick double on Pierce. That means Perkins has got some maneuverability inside. He exploits the mismatch with Rose. His first points of the half for Perkins.
Again, when you have a small lineup like that, Rose is trying to take up Perkins on the screen roll on the switch. Can't cover him down there.
Gordon lasers it inside, and it's caught by Salmons. It collides with Perkins, and Salmons, playing with 4 fouls, has 12 points.
See, Doc Rivers last year, when they had an 8-point lead with this point in the game, with Kevin Garnett and their defense, they felt very comfortable. Not now. They're going to have to continue to score.
Here's double. Heinrich gets the loose ball. Turnover number 10 for the Boston Celtics, and Heinrich finds Rose. He was bumped inside. Looks like House or Rondo. They were both right there. Eddie House will pick up the foul. That is number 2 on House.
Boy, Ray Allen has been on that bench a long time. You look at his foul situation, he only has 2. He went out at about the 3-minute mark of that 3rd quarter, has sat over 6 minutes here, and I know he had a big night the other night with about 58 minutes. They need Ray Allen back in this ball game.
Back in Boston, and in a series that's been this close, every point counts, literally, and the Chicago Bulls just got another one they thought they should have had about 2 hours ago. Ben Gordon hit a shot early in the 1st quarter that was initially ruled a 2-point shot, but clearly Gordon is behind the 3-point line. Initially the officials called it a 2, but they have now changed their mind and made it a 3-point shot. The Bulls were very upset about this at halftime, and the officials have corrected it, and now the score is 89-84, and as we know, Kevin and Doug, this series has gone down to the wire in every game. That point could be enormous down the road.
Good job of reporting, David. Thank you. 5:44 to play in Game 7 regulation. Gordon now, Doug, with 25 as they have the points.
And Ray Allen is back in the game, which I thought he would be after that timeout. And this is the Bulls' best lineup in this series. Gordon, Heinrich, Rose, Salmons is a 4, and Brad Miller as a center. Their small lineup is going to be a foul on Ray Allen. So all of a sudden, the Bulls quietly, and Kevin, I think you've got to give the coaching staff in Chicago a lot of credit. When they were down, they just kept on little by little by little, and they've done a nice job of that. Now all of a sudden, as the game shortens here, the pressure does go on the home team. You talked to me a while ago about who's the pressure on. right now Chicago is gaining some momentum.
The foul went on Ray Allen. That was his third. 26 points for Ben Gordon. You see that number 2 there for the late Norm Van Leer. And the red on that patch right there, there was a name red. That was for Johnny Red Kerr, coach and broadcaster and a player in the NBA. And they've worn that on their jerseys since midway through the season. It's been a very emotional season for many of us in the NBA, including the Chicago Bulls. 3-point game.
Well, this is Paul Pierce time or Ray Allen time.
It's Perkins and Pierce. Selman's on Pierce. Allen is guarded by Hinrich, the missed 3. The rebound by Gordon. He now has 3. Then Gordon with the bad hamstring, a 3 on the fly. That's an air ball. Pierce came out on the close. Picked up by Allen. Pierce at the other end.
Ben Gordon's got a little more patience that time. That was a covered 3.
Gordon, 6 of 18. Selman watches the grinding Pierce inside. Gets his own miss. Pierce with 8 rebounds. Screen by Perkins. Pick and roll Perkins. Nice assist by Paul Pierce, his third. Perkins' dog has got the double-double. He's got 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Chicago is getting killed on that play. That screen roll as Perkins is rolling. That's 3 times now that they've rotated a point guard over to defend him. If they're going to rotate him over, he's got to pre-rotate and get it there before he gets to the basket.
Good point. 4:32 to play here in the fourth quarter. That look is not good if you're a Boston fan. That's because Ray Allen has just picked up his 4th personal foul. Here's that screen roll, Doug.
All right, now what's the weak side help? It's Derrick Rose. Well, if you're going to rotate over, you got to get him outside the lane. So you have to see this coming, and you have to get there sooner. Now, probably in fairness to him, you know, with this coverage, you might not have seen this lineup enough out there during the course of the season. But you got to get there sooner before the big man gets to the basket.
House for Scalabrine is the Boston champ. Shot clock at 9. Selmans is 3 of 10. Guarded by Pierce. 3, 1. Rebound by Perkins. Number 13.
That's that dribbling again. Once again, Selmans and Ben Gordon usually are the culprits with that. Kendrick Perkins once again coming over and challenging the shot.
That ball is deflected off Chicago. 11 seconds on the shot clock and 4:02 to play in regulation.
Now with Chicago now in this coverage, they have to know where Eddie House and Ray Allen are behind that 3-point line. You can rotate slower to Rondo and make him look to shoot the basketball.
Rondo 2 of 7. Shot clock at 6. Got the screen from Perkins. The floater inside by Rose. He went right past Rose. Rebound by Miller. Miller's got 7 rebounds. Rose through traffic. Selman's the 3 over Perkins on the close. Rebound by Rondo. That is number 5.
Don Selman very upset. Had a wide open shot. Remember, he had 5 of 9 in Game 6 after only being 6 of 24 early in the series.
Rose is on Pierce. Normally Selman's. Now it is Rose on Pierce, who puts one down the lane. A turnover by Rondo, throwing inside. Rondo went 87 minutes with no turnovers. Now he's got 4 in this game.
Well, what's happened is they're doubling Paul Pierce on that play, and they're leaving the box area open. And Rondo's either got to go strong or then make the play. That time, just a careless pass.
Chicago hasn't turned it over in the last 13 consecutive minutes. Hinrich, until right there.
All right, now, the other night, Celtics led by 8 with 3:01 to go. Here they are at home, 3:16 to go, up 5. With Kevin Garnett, they used to never lose this game because they could stop defensively. Again, I've talked about it. They have to keep scoring the basketball.
Boston is shooting 44%. Chicago 39%. Pierce 6 of 15. Defended by Rose. Nice spin by Pierce. Rebound by Allen. He collects his 7. Perkins. Miller waiting. That's a foul. Technical. Double team.
Now, you have to watch this. Now, Kendrick Perkins has had a bad shoulder, and he grabbed that left shoulder. We have to watch this because during the seasons, he's had some problems with that. Watch what happens. Watch his left shoulder right there.
He holds down his arm, doesn't he?
Holds down his arm, and after the play, you see him grab that left shoulder.
If you're pulling up and the resistance is right there.
Yeah, that is a very scary play.
It is, absolutely. Miller picks up a foul, his fifth. A technical on Miller and Perkins. 2:53 in overtime, in regulation rather, 91-86. It's Boston. Got ahead of myself there. We've seen so many of them in this series. Of the game, Rondo to Davis. We've seen that a lot, especially in the third quarter.
The Rondo's made some careless turnovers here late in the ball game and given the Chicago Bulls some life. Beautiful give and go here. Big baby with a finish. And when Chicago goes to a small lineup, and I've talked about it before, all those rotations, they're bringing smaller players over to try to defend. And it's going to be very interesting here. Kendrick Perkins, they were really working on that left shoulder during the timeout.
Doug, it is not a career-ending left shoulder injury, but it will be a career problem, they say. He had off-season surgery on that same shoulder. He's at the stripe right now. Calmly nails the first. The Bulls, Doug, have not scored from the field in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, trailing by 6 under 3 to play in regulation. The series, which has had 5 of the first 6 games, come down to the final play. Will this be a game that will come down to the final play?
He missed game 5 last year, 5 with his shoulder. How about that? He steps up as a 60% shooter, knocks down 2 big free throws.
He's got 15. And a foul on Eddie House. That's number 3 on House.
See, those are the kind of fouls you can't commit. Off the basketball, up 7, and you foul the Bulls' best free throw shooter. You cannot commit those fouls. You've got to force them to make shots from the field.
Gordon is 11 of 11. Chicago is at 15 consecutive free throws.
Okay, if I'm Boston, I don't shoot jump shots. Because right now, these referees are calling this very close. You want to bail out the defense by shooting a jump shot. You can see right now that the Bulls are taking advantage, getting to the line, and the Celtics have to continue to attack that rim. A ton of time, Kevin. Almost 3 minutes to go, and it looks like it's going to be after this free throw, a 5-point game.
The Bulls have made 30 points at the free throw line. Boston has made 17. But in the paint, something Doug's been talking about all night long, a huge advantage for the Boston Celtics. 42-14 points in the paint over Chicago. Here's Pierce, Salmons, and Miller trying to defend. House, great fake. Gordon flies by. There is a 3! Eddie House has been spectacular tonight with his 4th three-point hit. 14 points. 8 have come in the 4th quarter. Gordon. Switch on defense. Pierce is on Gordon. Doubled by Perkins, who jumps in, picks up a foul. Perkins has, make it as Pierce. They've given it to Pierce, who really pled the case. As you see the 3, Pierce has 3.
How about the bailout pass? Paul Pierce had no place to go. Remember Eddie House hit that first one, and I said, uh-oh, this is a streaky guy. How about tonight, Eddie House, 5 of 5 from the floor, 14 points. The most bench points so far in this series by the Boston Celtics. They have 26 points. Their previous high was 25 in the Game 3 win in Chicago.
I like the way Pierce was over there, Doug, campaigning for that foul, because he or Perkins were right there. And sure enough, they put it on Paul Pierce for the 3rd time. Boston bench has been terrific tonight, struggling in the first 6 games.
Well, big baby's in the game now for Kendrick Perkins. And maybe a little bit more of a threat to shoot the basketball. You're going to miss the defense at the rim and the rebounding, but a little bit more of an offensive presence. So you see Doc Rivers going with more of an offensive lineup here when he would have always gone with defense before.
It's Allen picked up by Gordon. Ray leaning in to Gordon.
Smart play. Don't settle for a jump shot. The whistles are being blown. Drive that ball to the basket.
It's Gordon who picks up the foul and number 2. Ray Allen at the free throw line, and he is 4 of 4. He's one of the best free throw shooters in the game. 95% over the last handful of months. Always ranked. Perkins will come back in.
It's offensive, defensive substitution, so when you get to the foul line, it gives Doc Rivers the freedom to get your defensive player back on the floor. That's exactly what you'd like to do. Red Holzman of the Knicks was one of the first coaches to ever do that. Go offense, defense.
Allen with 17. It's Gordon to Salmon screen. Hinrich, a Miller screen. Closed by Perkins. Kirk Hinrich has just hit a three-point shot. He's got 14 for the game, 14 points for the game. He brings the Bulls to within 5. He's got 12 in this fourth quarter.
How about the poise of the Chicago Bulls here in this Game 7 on the road? There's going to be another foul. Hinrich has got to know that you cannot do that contact. They're calling all those plays, Kevin. They're not allowing you to bump guys coming off screens.
That's the second on Kirk Hinrich.
Now Hinrich here just comes off the dribble, and it's tough for Perkins to get out on that. Ray Allen chasing from behind. But Kirk Hinrich has come to life here in the second half, 14 points. But you can't keep trading hoops here with Chicago. They're trading 3 for 2 right now, but this clock is starting to become the Bulls' enemy here. You don't want to foul Ray Allen.
Allen is 7 of 7 at the free throw line and 19 points. 1:30 to play in regulation. Here comes Scalabrine. He'll quickly check in.
So he's coming in for Perkins, and then what they'll do is they'll switch all screen rolls now. So any of those handoffs or whatever, they'll switch everything to try to run the Bulls off three-point shots.
Seven-point game.
Remember now, Brad Miller can shoot that 3 as well. They like to roll him back.
Gordon the pump fake, and he's got his 33rd point.
The Celtics can't stop him. I mean, again, you talked about this prowess of their defense, but right now, the Bulls are scoring every time down the floor.
Here's with 18, a house screen. Miller is on Scalabrine. Timeout. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Then 105. 105 to play regulation.
Doc Rivers was almost down in front of Vinny Del Negro trying to get that timeout. Scalabrine, the smart play there. He was caught with no place to go.
When we return to the Garden from a quick break, it's Charles Schwab. Time to talk. It's Rondo picked up by Rose. Back to Pierce. And he's getting to his sweet spot. He's working on Salmons. He'll force the issue over Salmons. Rebound by Noah. He collects his 15th rebound. Here comes Gordon. This is on him. Ben Gordon with the floater again. Rebound by Pierce. Loose ball foul called inside on Chicago in 46.8 seconds to play in regulation. Noah picks up the foul. Noah is fouled out of the game.
Eddie House looked over and said, talk about my defense now, because I've been talking about how they've been going at him the whole series. Eddie's best defense today has been his offense, knocking down all those shots. He's been able to stay on the floor. Ben Gordon that time thinking since that point in time, they've done a nice job. He has gotten to the foul line.
20 for Pierce. Timeout
line in the fourth period.
Derrick Rose will inbound. Hinrich is picked up by Allen. A screen by Miller. Pick and roll. Here comes Miller inside. Out of that timeout. Good play call. 5-point game. 42.3. Out. Ray Allen. Chased by Miller. Oh, Allen bobbled it. And still got it to go.
You know what? Ray Allen was looking over his shoulder, and he saw Brad Miller coming, and he knew a hard foul was on the way. He almost turned that ball over. Watch Ray Allen now. He catches his ball, and watch him look over his shoulder, and when he did, he almost lost that ball. Fortunately, he gets it to go. I feel Brad Miller, where are you? A little touch that foul that time by Brad Miller. And a three-point play here could put the icing on the cake. Doc Rivers said, I do not want to see any more of these Chicago Bulls for a long, long time.
Miller's just fouled out, joining Noah as the other guy is 8-point game if he hits. Timeout Chicago. This has come in for Hunter. Salmons. Gordon over Allen for three. Tap in was good. Kirk Hinrich was the one to tap it in. He's had a good second half. 16 points for the game. There's a steal right there. Gordon will put this over Pierce. And chased to the corner by Salmon. What a hit. Rondo will call time, and that is the final Boston timeout. The margin to 3, 89-86. That's as close as they have come. Rondo will inbound. Boston is out of timeouts. Marbury is whacked in backcourt.
And the Bulls came in and win game one in overtime. And the emotion has just been up and down throughout. Finally, it looks like Boston is going to finish this off here in 7.
Off the Thomas screen over Pierce. Gordon with the 3. Thomas had a hand on it, but he knocks it right to House, who is fouled by Salmons.
Luol Deng will be back. The big question is going to be, Ben Gordon is a free agent. Can the defensive attack it'll take from Boston to win the next round?
Salmons to Hinrich. Over Marbury is Kirk Hinrich. Thomas trying for the rebound. Pierce has got it. House will hold it, and so ends one of the most memorable series in NBA playoff history. The Celtics will advance to the second round.